To prepare for our baby due in June, my partner and I have spent the last month deep cleaning our house, organizing all the baby items we were given, buying last-minute baby items we weren't given, making meals to freeze for when the baby arrives, creating systems to help smoothen the transition once the baby is here, attending all the medical appointments, and getting ready for labor. And it has been exhausting. So we decided to take a little weekend getaway and do absolutely nothing related to the baby for 2 whole days. Every year since we started dating, my partner and I have driven to Niagara. We weren't sure we'd be able to do that this year once the baby comes. So we figured now was the perfect opportunity to do our trip. Some quality time with the water was exactly what we needed. We drove up fairly late and had to weather a tiny storm, but eventually made it just in time to check into our hotel. The only restaurant open was Red Lobster, and let me tell you, those cheddar biscuits hit so hard at 11 p.m. We splurged and decided to stay in a hotel, and somehow the price for 1 queen bed and 2 queen beds was the same, so we obviously got the 2 queen beds, 1 for sleeping and 1 for snacking. One thing about me is I will make every space I sleep in feel like a home away from home. So we wound down for the night with my jasmine candle and lavender pillow spray. The next morning, we had a slow start to the day, stretching out our morning routines to an hour and just breathing in the fact that we didn't have a to-do list first thing in the morning. To make up for the ridiculously expensive hotel we were staying in, we decided to cut costs by cooking all our meals in our room. Yes, that's right, we set up a little kitchen station with our appliances, utensils, and ingredients, stocked up the fridge with meals and ingredients we prepped at home, and of course, I can't forget the snack station, which also included all my pregnancy vitamins. For breakfast on our first morning, our plan was to have toast with hummus and marinated cherry tomatoes, but I also had some leftover coconut shrimp salad from last night, so I decided to add that too. I toasted my bread, spread over some hummus, and broke the coconut shrimp into pieces to add as a topping. I then added the cherry tomatoes, which most definitely squirted into juice everywhere, and then finally added the salad as well. The salad had a lot of salsa-esque elements to it, so I also added some Doritos at the side, and wow, did they taste amazing together. I'm telling you, breakfast of champions. After breakfast, we did our dishes. At first glance, this appears to just be a bathroom sink, but in fact, it was also our kitchen sink. And we were ready for our day. But first, can we take a moment to talk about my curls? I French braided my hair yesterday, and that usually never curls my hair in the cute way it does for straight hair, because, well, my hair is already curly. But for some reason today, my curls just set in a completely new way. Wow, weekend getaways really are so powerful. We decided to drive to an outlet mall today because I really needed shorts to fit my forever growing belly, and every store I went to in Toronto was just too expensive. And wow, was it a beautiful day. We got some shakes on the way and were blown away once we got to the outlet mall. Like, what parking lot has such a beautiful view? I was so happy with the shorts I found. There is nothing quite like a piece of clothing fitting you perfectly when you're pregnant. You actually get to feel comfortable in your body, and for a moment, everything doesn't feel like it's falling apart. Our ride back to the hotel was as beautiful as our ride out, and I spent some quality time with the wind, just taking in the fresh air, a luxury I haven't had the time for the past few weeks. We were pretty exhausted after shopping, so decided to have lunch in bed. It was a leftover pesto salad I had made at home the previous day with tuna, cherry tomatoes, olives, spinach, and red onion, and it was delicious. We were feeling really cozy after lunch, so we decided to take advantage of the hotel and stay in bed for the rest of the day. We did a little self-care that we've been neglecting the past little while and ended the night with chicken cup noodles, ham and corn, and we made this by boiling water with the hotel room's coffee maker. The next morning, we woke up early to pack up our room in time for checkout. We wanted to get that out of the way so that we could enjoy our breakfast in peace. I most definitely stole anything I possibly could from the hotel room. I got some disposable cups, coffee and tea sachets, and some tiny toiletries. Once we were all packed, we headed out to the courtyard for breakfast. We enjoyed some granola I made at home with bananas and milk in our hotel cups. The courtyard overlooked the hotel's pool, and even though we avoided the pool our entire stay because of the number of kids that were always occupying it, it was really wonderful to spend the morning watching families do their thing and thinking about how one day that might be what our family looks like. After breakfast, we headed over to Niagara Falls. It was breathtaking as usual. There's just something about the energy of the water that feels so incredibly healing. We packed a little picnic and enjoyed some more pesto pasta salad in the park nearby. And then headed back to our car. To avoid tourists, we took a quieter route back to the car, which was basically a freaking hike. I have no idea how I got through it 9 months pregnant, but somehow I did, but like barely, because then I waited by the side of the road for my partner to go get the car, and pick me up. And that brings us to the end of our weekend. Thank you for watching along as I took this much needed break from preparing for my baby. I'm so grateful for this time off and that I got to share it with you.